I think we're good.
I wanted to double check.
Yeah, it's fairly flat and very taut, so I think we're okay. Greetings. Is this the street? So, here's the problem. The house wiring is defective.
From here to there?
Yeah. It's also possible that I got that one. So that's something I need to take care of my end and double check that. But the way so he was blasting up here, and then he was getting some mean feedback and that kind of stuff. And so that means
are they crossing over on the?
I don't know. So at this point, I'm not going to point fingers to blame. Okay. As I say that, tonight tell you about my bad ass wiring. Okay. But anyway, so I'm pulling off the camera right now. I don't have to do. So the good news is I'm not going to bring that next time. Maybe we'll have that in standby. I don't know. We'll have to coordinate with each other and see if I can do it or not. It's good to have something like that to reserve.
I'm surprised those XLRs don't work. Like, were you trying to go off the stage?
Yeah. But every time, like Brian said, every time he's tried to connect, he's gotten some popping and that kind of stuff. So at this point, it could be anything.
Based on how stuff's got
historically. So, and it's not like we can come in here and test stuff. I don't know what I feel like. So, on other news, we were going to talk about testing AV stuff, so laptops and that kind of stuff, so that we have just throw in the laptop in the kit and have it up there.
What's up, man?
That, or we use like an iPad, a community iPad, where we just stuff it up there and then.
Oh, so then you don't have the computer.
Yeah. And so they just send it to the email address and then open it up on the iPad.
That makes sense.
So that's kind of tonight's plan, at least from the front room standpoint. So I bought a USB hub, and the power supply was bad, so it's causing that to fritz out. And the laptop was complaining.
Oh, those are cool ones to stick like that. Is that it right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
So I had this left over from my previous attempt. This is dead. So.
Yeah, I had a coworker asking me for the streaming.
Yeah, so we're streaming now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
What's the, Oh, SecKC Live, huh? Okay.
Searching. Throw that up.
Ah, right there, boom. Really? Yeah, I just heard myself on it.
There we go. So I put it up in the main channel.
Killer. That was a bummer.
Johnny 5 can't. Okay.
Sounds like ultimate music source.
Yeah. Well, it looks like PS is setting up here. We got our video set up here as good as it's going to get. But I realized that the USB package had already been opened, so somebody had already returned it to Micro Center and failed to mention that the power supply was bad.
What was that? I bought a Pi 3 and I didn't realize the power specs had changed. Again.
Yeah. So it used to be, oh yeah, you can do one amp. Yeah, if there's nothing else attached. And now it's 2.5, 2.65, 2.3.
I tried it on the 2.1. Keyboard didn't work. I got a new one, 2.5. The keyboard didn't work.
Yeah.
So finally I just made the SSH file. I was like, skip all that. And then when I booted up, I was able to SSH into it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that. Rebuilt my Pi hole with Cloudflare over HTTPS.
It's really kind of the Pi 2 is probably the better one, really.
Yeah, I've got like 4
as far as. Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't anticipating these problems.
Something else I've tried, they carry these, what was it, Asus that makes them? Tinker boards. So they're effectively compatible, so it's the same form factor, same pinouts, that kind of stuff, except that they have 2 gigs of RAM, full gig Ethernet, not this, whatever Pi 3 has. It uses kind of I think it uses ARM-HF, Debian, or a hacked variant thereof. So that might be a downside, and I've had some weirdness with that. You can also run, I think, Android. So they sell it at Micro Center for about $50, which it's not bad. Yeah. Now the only hiccup is that everything's to spec, but there was a lot of Pi 3s and Pi 2s and Pis that had they had screwed stuff up at the factory, and so they wrote in a firmware hack for it. So, like when you're trying to do the little touch screen, the touch screen is inverted. So it was inverted on the original boards, and so rather than just fix it on the engineering side, they just put in a software hack. Well. Yeah, that was pain. But so essentially, the difference is you go and you turn it upside down, and you're good.
Oh, it's time for SecKC.
How about that?
Oh, I'm gonna get that off.
It's eating. Yeah,
switch the lights to dark mode?
Yeah, we can totally do that.
Okay, awesome.
So Joel,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you figured it out. I should have messaged you. That was me yelling at you.
Yeah. So I was like, pick up, and then I saw like right is a truck.
Yeah, it was like,
So I was like, there.
You have good ear stuff.
Yeah, it took me a little bit.
Yeah, it was like perfect. The perfect amount of instructions to not see you. But
Yeah. Alright. So you. Well, the first experiment.
oh yeah. Yeah. That's fine. It's picked up good. It's been pretty good so far. Yeah, for sure.
Since we have That would be interesting. If I were to bring it back, I probably would.
Well, the wires run somewhere. Maybe they're on all the way back.
Yeah, I didn't see any outlets in there, but I have an extra long HDMI cable thing.
Oh, I have a bunch. Yeah.
So, and those usually have at least 2. So I could potentially hook in there and then just coil it up and toss it up there.
Cool.
Or climb a ladder. I just don't have that. So,
They probably do here.
yeah.
I'm sure they do here.
I don't know. I'll look up on the stage and see if they got some.
But we don't need to worry too much about it tonight. I mean, yeah, feel free to look. I was just saying, Tyler would be the best source of info. I saw my second option as a chief. I guess he doesn't work here anymore.
Nope. Josh.
Josh, yeah. He's still section. Is he younger?
Not a name to think.
Hey everybody, and welcome to SecKC. My name is Rusty Shackelford, and this is the 101. Woo! Welcome to the largest monthly InfoSec event in the world. It's the second Tuesday of every month, and you would know that because you're here at Overland Park in Kansas Hall. And SecKC has been going on for 7 whole years. It happens because volunteers and sponsors like you. And let's give a special shout out to our sponsors. And be the change you want to see at SecKC. If you have any suggestions, anything like that, I know the idea of workshops has been thrown around. Anything you want to see, talk about, hear about, make sure you let us know. Also, we tolerate no harassment. If you feel you are being harassed, find somebody with a yellow badge, let them know, we'll take care of it. And if you want to talk, that is the shut the fuck up wall. Please hold your conversations behind that wall. The presenters up here, it's hard to talk with you guys all talking, and it's just respectful. And SecKC has its own altcoin. You can buy swag with it, tip people, do whatever. I don't think it's currently working right now, though. And state and federal law enforcement officers are encouraged and do attend SecKC meetings. We don't keep any kind of members list. Again, we just use Eventbrite to figure out how much food to get. And use the hashtag SecKC. Or see us on Twitter at twitter.com/SecKC or sec_KC. And then in the back is the suggestion box. If you feel like you want to have a good suggestion, anything like that, give workshops, anything you want to hear, see, let us know. Okay, so the SecKC 101 is right now. Then we have the open source Intel briefing at 6:15. At 6:30, we have the DEF CON appreciation by Triwolf. 6:45, we have Classify Me Please by Ryan Preston. And then at 7:45, we have So You Want to Build a Security Lab with Garrett Seats. The next SecKC meeting is October 9th. And if you tag a photo with hashtag SecKC, you can earn stickers. Thank you very much.
Woo!
Circa 1950.
doesn't screw down enough to get enough to keep it in place, so it'll wobble around a little bit.
Yeah.
So you saw I had to tape it down because I was like,
See, I'm smacking the railing. I don't see any movement.
yeah, it's solid. I have some little mini tripods and that kind of stuff that I could potentially use. These are nice just because you can get the distance up and down.
Well, see, you're always welcome to borrow our tripod. We don't use it that often.
What's that?
We've got a big tripod.
Uh-huh.
You're always welcome to use it.
I mean, I got a bunch of tripods. In this case, they just don't work quite right.
Oh, mine's the floor.
Yeah.
One time the little tripod almost got knocked over, and I was thinking of
Or the kind that clamp, that bend. And you can bend them and put them on things. So you're always asked if you want to.
So, did you bring that just to show me kind of how the setup was working? Okay. Yeah, find me once we're done with the meeting, and I'll take it off for you and all that.
I intend to be up here for the second presentation.
All right. Yeah, just when you're ready to go, give me a holler, and I'll move it up to this. And now that I see that such a thing works well, then I'll see if I can find a different one.
It's actually my father's.
It's nice.
My father this week discovered guest mode on his cell phone. So all his pictures and all his contacts, everything was gone.
Uh-oh. We have too much lighting in all the wrong places.
Yeah. One of my other little projects I got going on is I bought some of those analog security recorder, like 8-channel
Check. Yep. Yep, I'm loud as hell. Yep. All right. What's up, everyone? All right. I'll let that slide. Y'all are still waking up. Get the pizza down. Here we are again, another month. Let's see what's happened in this past month or so. Those of you that aren't familiar, we do this Ignite style, so about every 15 seconds or so. Do I have a volunteer by chance? Because this time I was just dumb, and I didn't set this presentation to move every 15 seconds. Yeah, get your ass up here. So anyway, we're going to move these slides forward every 15 seconds or so. We're going to see how much I can say about this thing within 15 seconds. I usually get rushed for time. It's humorous. People laugh, I'm told. So, big shout out to Codex Mafia for the help, my man. All right, let's see. Get it done. Let's get started. All right, first and foremost, let's go over our breaches. So Cheddar's wound up having a breach. So it ended up taking place between November 3rd, 2017 and January 2nd. There were 23 states implicated in the breaches. Yes, Missouri was one of them. There was a T-Mobile data breach, so we had roughly 2 million customers affected. I don't know why this says 15 million, whatever. We've got the name, billing, zip code, phone number, email address, account number, and the account type of the users, so not fun. Texas voter records breach. So if anyone in here is a native of Texas and you registered to vote, 99% of their voter records were compromised. Holy fuck, what is happening right now? Yeah, no idea. So Abby is this OCR company. They ended up having this MongoDB server that they left on AWS, completely unsecured. Left about 203,000 OCR contracts dating back to like 2013. Air Canada had a breach with their mobile app, so it resulted in about 20,000 users having their information compromised. In response to this, they actually wound up freezing all 1.4 million accounts, which is pretty heavy-handed, but I mean, hey, whatever. Fiserv got breached, so if you've never heard of Fiserv, it's because they're one of those nasty, shitty companies that's overarching, they own a bunch of other things. They own like 500 banks, and they got fucked. So again, all your information's already gone, but it's gone again. British Airways had a breach, and they handled it lovely, in a great way. Does this look familiar? Equifax did this shit. Someone in this room registered a lookalike domain to that, actually. So, yeah, awesome. Thanks, British Airways. Intel SGX, Secure, Enclave, something or other, software guard extensions, I think, actually. Something that's supposed to make your software super secure, except it doesn't fucking work anymore because we can blow past that with speculative execution attacks. Who'da thunk? We had a series of Instagram hacks where a bunch of users were having their profiles compromised and then used to start sending out more Instagram spam. Nobody really knew how it was happening, but it was suspected that this was due to SIM swapping. I haven't actually heard or seen any comment from Instagram since, so no idea how that went. But yeah, it was a thing. Speaking of SIM swapping, we've got a Bitcoin investor that's suing AT&T because they fucked up and allowed a SIM swap attack to happen twice against this dude's account. After the first time, they allegedly put additional protections on this dude's account to make sure it couldn't happen again. Guess that worked out real well. We ended up having some Melbourne teen get indicted for hacking Apple. And the humorous part about this is that I guess the pilfered files were stored in a folder on his computer called Hacky Hack Hack. They haven't named this teen because the teen was 16 years old. We love minors. And, wow, that sounded bad. Anyway, in 2018, see, it's funny. In 2018 so far, we've had 2.6 billion records compromised. I've stood up here and I've told you about as many of them that I know about. But holy fuck, guys, like, and nothing is being held accountable. Does this not outrage you? Kroger has launched an anonymous grocery delivery program in Arizona. I don't really know any details about it, but I will say that this is probably a really good time to be homeless and with a computer in Arizona. I always think I know when it's coming up next. Skim Reaper is something that's a little bit of good news, actually. So we all know credit card skimmers are a thing. Skim Reaper is actually a hardware device that can detect a lot of the types of skimmers that are used, even the ones that are actually embedded deep in with those fancy wands. Is it playing the GIF? No, it ain't playing the GIF. Damn, I love how high. So it turns out that there were these fishes going out saying that I caught you masturbating in your webcam. They earned over $500,000. Yeah, right? Guilty fucking conscience. Belkin IoT smart plugs. So I've always told you guys, I don't understand why anyone would make a smart home choice. I mean, no one saw smart house at Disney made this in 2002, guys. Anyway, remote code execution flaw in your home. Lovely. The USB Harpoon is a device that MG is a Twitter account, though some of you might follow him, has basically made evil maid attacks even more scary. Now has a HID attack that can be delivered via a USB-C charger on a freshly opened MacBook. Wow. Android has got some new spyware variant out there called Tryout. Basically, it comes along, it's a Trojanized app, but it can record phone calls, log incoming text messages, record videos of you masturbating, I guess. SpyPhone is a company that makes this awesome software that allows you to spy on other people, because that's not fucking shady or anything like that. But in a disgusting turn of irony, it turns out that they left terabytes of data exposed on, you guessed it, an unprotected Amazon S3 bucket. The Amazon, or rather the Facebook VPN was removed from the Apple App Store because it was created, rather run by some company named Ovano or Onavo, I don't know. And apparently it collected enough data that would allow Facebook to know what was happening, and that's not good. Oh, yeah, there we go. A little bit more of good news. So Bugcrowd is actually making sort of this free-to-use university. Again, it's free knowledge. Don't know how good it is, but the interesting units look like security testing and access control, cross-site scripting, and introduction to Burp Suite. If you paid attention to our Slack lately, you would know that cross-site scripting can introduce cool stuff from Pornhub. Threatfeeds.io is a really awesome thing that's not new per se, but I just heard about it this month, and it was posted somewhere, probably on NetSec. Long story short, long list of threat feeds you can use in your environment for free. Struts 2 has had another remote code execution issue come about, and of course we have seen proof of exploit code come out on GitHub shortly thereafter. Yes, that is being used in the wild. Yes, you will see an example of that later on. We've got an academic attack on TPMs. So TPMs are those mysterious things that apparently prevent our hardware from being used in other areas or other hardware configurations. Turns out that these researchers figured out 2 ways to compromise that using the wake-up time from a sleep cycle. Interesting shit. This probably doesn't affect a lot of people in this room, but now you can use the Proxmox hardware, which is a RFID hacking tool, on a non-rooted Android phone. Again, that's probably not a barrier to a lot of people in this room, but it's still kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, I've got the next slide twice. So it turns out we've got a story from Hacker Noon, I think, or maybe Hackaday, about how you can compromise the Medium app and get all the paid stories for free. I think that's kind of funny, but yeah, interesting that that happened. Oh good, it's not 2 slides. We've got a post here from Black Hills InfoSec, again, awesome cats. We've had the fortunate time to have John Strand out here before, talking about Active Directory leaks via Azure. So of course Microsoft is wanting to get a lot of people onto the cloud or a hybrid model, blah, blah, blah. Show of hands, how many of you guys want a shitload of botnet code? All right, well, for the one person that I saw raise their hand, most of you are lying, but you can get that shit right there. GitHub, it's great. This will be posted later. This is another interesting academic attack. Symphasia, I don't know how to pronounce that exactly, but I do like the idea of tasting purple. Anyway, what this involves is having like webcams, microphones nearby, hearing the high frequency noises emitted by a screen. You can tell what's on it. Really fucked up shit. We've got cryptojacking cats using that Struts 2 vulnerability that I mentioned earlier. And of course, dropping a crypto miner on there. CNRig is the crypto miner. I haven't heard of it. It's apparently a thing now, though. Really cool. We've got a new set of homograph scams that came out. So this is targeting users of WhatsApp. Basically, they were sent a link that made it look like they were going to a legitimate Ryanair or Delta Airlines. There was one other as well. They answered these simple questions and then sent it to 15 other people. Yeah, who knows? Yet more really cool news. Turns out that forcing you to unlock your phone is a violation of your Fifth Amendment rights, according to the Court of Appeals. A woman one time let cops do that. Yeah, round of applause. Fuck yeah. That doesn't happen very often. Lady let the cops into her phone once, then later on they asked to do it again. She said no, and Court of Appeals said, yeah, fuck yeah. You tell them no, man. Let's see, so the Five Eyes, it's a really fancy term for the world superpowers, secret agencies. So we've got the NSA and the Russians have their fucking mafia, I don't know. Anyway, everyone's talking about how we need encryption backdoors again. This has happened before, it'll happen again, but fucking shoot this shit down anywhere you can. This is like the polar opposite of that last slide there. Microsoft Azure went down for a little while, so recently we had, woo! Yeah, hopefully everyone got a little bit of time off work for that shit. Oh wait, it's Azure. But no, like real talk, that does impact a lot of people, so that is an availability issue. Again, CIA triad, you know what that is. How many of you guys think GDPR fucking sucks? Hey, guess what? Now it's in California, motherfuckers! Ooh! I have no idea what this is going to mean. All I know is that this is on U.S. soil, and we are far more likely to be affected as U.S. companies by this. So, yay, it's going to be a great time. If anyone remembers that Primera Blue Cross fiasco that happened, it used to be the biggest data breach ever, but that's long fucking gone. Anyway, now at this point, the people who were impacted by that are suing the people who are doing the investigation because there's alleged information about them doing away with evidence. A little bit more good news, so we've got Black Hat 2018 videos that are available. Those are on a YouTube channel. They're between like 20 minutes and an hour, depending on the talk, so something to pop on while you're, I don't know, doing whatever it is people with a life do. Schneider Electric solar panels were shipped with a malicious, malware-laden USB, which apparently would have been detected by any anti-malware, but let's just stop and think for a minute about the fact that there's a fucking supply chain attack problem with Schneider Electric, and no one's talking about it. There is now, there have been plenty of Tor browsers for Android, but none of them released from the Tor Foundation. There is now one in alpha from the Tor Foundation. Again, kind of cool news for those of you who are on Android. And then, in similar news, we had a Tor 0 Day dropped on Twitter, because apparently responsible disclosures is going out the fucking window lately, and we're all dropping shit on Twitter nowadays. But basically, Tor browsers 7.x and below, vulnerable, upgrade to 8 if you use it, and that is the news.
Woo!
That we've been talking about for months. I am eating the mic. It's very loud. Okay, so really quick, for those of you who do not remember me from last month when I was begging for money, I'm Tri-Wolf, not J-Fuck, also Lauren. And we're here to talk about the DEF CON party SecKC the World. So if you were a volunteer at that party, please come up. If you got people drunk and handed out shots or moved shit from the van, or just partied with us all night, worked the door, anything, please come up. We have a special gift for you. Hi. Yeah, we'll hand it out in a second.
Hey, Badge Pirates, get up here!
Anybody who did anything, please come up.
Where's Brian?
Where's Brian?
Came to the party and left.
If you came to the party and left?
Yeah.
That doesn't count because you fucking left the party.
Yeah, Bill, stay down there. No, Bill.
If you were part of the partially sponsored by DEF CON. So it's called SecKC The World. We had roughly 630 unique people come through our doors, passed out 2,000, 4,000, 8,000 shots. A lot of shots. We had a shit ton of inflatable light up aliens and 50 amazing volunteers that made everything possible. And our leads, Eric Helm, this Aaron, by the way, Eric Helm, Mike, and Brian / Archwist made everything possible. So they're the leads. So please give them a huge round of applause. They made this all possible for us. And there are a ton of people who want to come talk at SecKC now. Big names. So Weston McGrew took pictures for us. We have the Flickr account where you can see the raw pictures of Aaron getting down to his own set. People playing soccer. A woman in a wheelchair who was letting people dance on it. It's a great form of debauchery, so I'll post that in. But for those of you who volunteered, we have these shitty volunteer patch for SecKC The World. This is a piece of exclusive swag you only get for helping out. So hopefully we can do this again next year. And thank you so much to all of you who helped. I appreciate it. I couldn't have done it without you. Thanks, guys.
Why the hell you back up here instead of back in the booth now?
Because I'm running the camera show.
Ah,
Yeah. Live streaming.
I haven't been up in a while. Oh my God. Right, get up there.
What's that?
So I finally got caught up enough where I get up there. My daughter's 7 months old now, so
Cool.
now I get a little further away from home.
Sweet.
Everything going good?
Doing all right. Now, I don't remember your name off the top of my head.
Travis.
Travis?
There we go.
Okay.
There we go. Now you remember me, mate.
Yeah. Joel?
Yeah.
Good.
Used to wear security shirt and all that shit.
Sweet. Well, how's things going?
Growing.
Growing?
Moved to blue team instead of red team now.
Yay!
BTB. Out on my own. This is perfect.
Cool.
Sales guy.
Good. So where you
What
guys
are you doing up there now?
You working in the same place or?
Yeah, Yep. What are you doing all the way up there now? Yeah, I forgot we got the camera.
So we were originally hoping to pull the audio feed from the back booth up here because we can do video up here, we can do audio back there, but we can't do audio up here. We can't do video back there. So if we do it back there, then we're shooting the whole audience and then somebody off in the distance.
Yeah.
If we do it from up here, then we're just getting whatever.
I remember how it used to be. Yeah, it was rough back then.
Yeah. So we were trying to hook into the sound system today. So I hooked in XLR, I had a soundboard, mixer board up here, and all that kind of stuff. Didn't work. So. Woo.
Well, we got the footage.
Yeah.
That's getting either right, yeah. Seven
Sweet.
months now, right?
Yeah, cheers.
forgot this during 101. Over back at the Security BS booth, we have a little hacking challenge going on for Bluetooth. Change the lights red, get a free mug. That's always nice. Who doesn't love free mugs? Come on. And then over in the booth back there, we have a DEF CON badge hacking competition back there. And then passed around on all the tables is a cryptography challenge for DEF CON. So if you want something to do any of those.
Set up like this the whole time.
Say
again?
Yeah, sure. We'll do that. Hey, how's everybody doing tonight?
When we got here.
Welcome to SecKC for September 2018. We've got a fantastic show for everybody this evening. We have a sponsor, which is awesome. Let's thank them for sponsoring. That's Security PS back in the back. Sponsors is how we get all that cool pizza that you guys like to eat back in the back. So the next time you talk to a vendor, tell them that before you buy any of their stuff, they've got to support SecKC, right? Right? That's a totally ethical thing to do in 2018. Welcome. All right. So one thing, we are doing a drawing. Security PS brought some stuff we're going to draw for, so get back there and fill some stuff out. We will do that drawing before the second talk. So hang out and enjoy this one. Ryan is going to talk about Kerberos, among other things. Excited to learn all about that this evening. He's a master at explaining that kind of thing. Now you were pretty bold. You said that we're going to leave here and go back to work, right? Which may explain the giant gap down here in the bottom where there's nobody here. We were all scared of that. Anyway, let's give Ryan a big round of applause.
Thank you. All right, my name is Ryan Preston. I work at Depth Security. I'm a full-time penetration tester. Tonight, the title of the talk is about Classify Me, Please. We'll talk a little bit about asset management and asset, like kind of host profiling tools and classification. And then I'll waste your time on how some different authentication protocols work in Windows. And then we'll show a short little attack. So, what are you protecting? I spoke at a thing recently, and I started with, if I asked you for a list of all of your company's assets, even within the last month, how many people could give me that list? And there was not a lot of hands that went up. And then it's like, did you count all your VMs and your cloud resources and all your Unix machines? And it's very interesting that from an